Hello, hello. All right. Can you hear the sound effects of me squelching through the ground here? And you might be able to see down here just how saturated the ground is. Right. Well, I can tell you this now. So I'm filming this on the 24th of November, okay? So you might know by now, you don't see my videos straight away, because the reality is, with a dairy farm, there is only so many hours in the day. I'm flat out all the time, really, milking, and this time of year the cows are in. So my videos tend to be a little bit behind when I film them. I can't help that. But I'm filming this on 24th of November. Today's the day we've decided we're going to bring all our stock in, the last of the cattle. Oh my God, look, can you see what I'm walking through now? Sorry about the moustache, by the way. 24th of November, so tomorrow I'm bringing all the heifers in, and that's early for us. And the reality is we've just had so much rain. Look at the ground over my shoulder. I'm gonna show you what the fields are like in front of me in a minute. 24th of November we're bringing them in, so 25th, that'll be tomorrow. So normally I'd say we're winging it and we try and get them out until mid-December. But the amount of rain we have had, unbelievable really. I mean, where was that flipping rain in August when I needed it and I got dead grass in the field, which I've still got now? We're having the rain now we didn't have in August, really. So I can't keep the cattle anymore. It's not fair on them. They've moved on up to sort of the higher fields. I'm in the lower fields here, and we haven't got that many out now. It's probably only about 24 or something. But it's just not fair on them, and I can wait till I spin it around and I'll show you what's going on. So we're going to bring them in tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to that, because that's just so much more work for me. Everything will be, in a way, is better. Well, it is better for them, but it's, in a way, at least everything's around and I keep an eye on it. The problem is, it's so much more work bedding them down and everything. I always try and keep things out as late as I can, but let me just spin you around here, look. Now, I know you've got a bit of sun in your eyes probably, because the sun's reflecting on the ground, but any of you know our farm will know that we've got a stream going through it. Stream's just up there, where that oak tree is, where the ring feeders are, where I've been feeding them. And it's a very low-lying piece of land. Always floods, but it doesn't normally flood as early as this. So let me turn you away from the sun. Look at this. So there's my field underneath there. How far can I go in? Look at that. So even if the cows wanted to graze this, they got no chance. You can see the grass below, can't you? We'll just sweep around. So look at this. This entire field is just... And then there's a higher little bit there. Always pans out this side. Let's get a few pictures actually. I'm going to change my phone. This one doesn't take very good pictures. What phone has everyone got? I'm looking at S20, Samsung Galaxy S20. I don't know if that's any good. I always buy my phone, so I don't spend too much on them. But this one, the photo quality is not good enough, really. I can't even see the screen because there's so much brightness in my eyes. I'm just snapping. That'll do. Right, let's get going. So the heifers are up there somewhere. So I'll be bringing those in tomorrow. What I'll do is I'll spin it. I'm finishing up now here on the 24th, and tomorrow on the 25th I'll do a little bit of extra filming with them in, and I'll talk to you a little bit about the TB test as well, because that's coming up at the beginning of December. Ah, God, this is getting itchy. Oh, flipping heck. I've only got a few more days and this will be off. Right, so I'm not going to make it a separate video. I'll put it on the end of this one because I think, you know, why drag it out? We'll see the heifers in tomorrow. I don't think I'll be filming in the field. Maybe I'll get a little bit, I don't know. You know my score, my brother doesn't like being on camera. That's why you never see him. He's the mystery man on the farm. He does 50% of the work, but zero, oh my life. Look at the colour of this water. That's just the clay in the soil. How red it is. Yeah, so my brother does 50% of the work but 0% of YouTubing, but that's his choice. So if you're wondering why he's never on camera, it's because it's his choice. Look at the colour of that. Iron rich red soil. I did notice actually when I went up to oh, let me just get out of there. That's when you notice when you got a hole in your wellies. Hole in my shoe that is letting in water, letting in water. That's Neil from the Young One singing that. Climbed on. Yeah, anyway. Hole in my shoe that was letting in water. Yeah, so when I went up to the Pemptons, I did notice how black their soil was actually. You know, compared with down here, because it's sort of an iron-rich soil down here and everything's sort of a bit red. Right, see you in a minute for tomorrow, if you know what I mean. Just bringing them in, they're ready to go. They really wanted to come in. Come on. Go on. Come on. Come on. Go on. Shh. Go on. Hey, hey, hey. Go on. Shh. Shh. Go on. Go on. Go on. There you go. That was me and my brother bringing the heifers in this morning. So now we have 3 dry cows left out in a field right over there, and that's it. Now, it's kind of typical, isn't it? We've had horrendous rain for the last week or so, and the day we bring them in, the weather forecast is now predicting a reasonable spell of dry weather, and look, it's actually a really nice blue sky day. But you could just see it probably, as you saw them tramping along that track, it's really wet. And let me just spin you around here, look. So these are our neighbours' fields, and if we're going to zoom down now, you know, I've got this camera problem with the zoom. Let's see if it goes out of focus or not. Can you see down there? Look at the floods on the field down there. That's where next door to where the heifers were. We'll spin across. Look at that patch. That's grass down there, and that's floating on the top of there. That's the stream that's burst its bank. So we brought them in. We'll have a quick look. John the beekeeper's down there. He's down. We might go down and see him in a minute. He's down there just checking the hive. He was 50 the other day. So what we've done now, we're going to go around the sheds in a minute. So this is the new shed. Brilliant. We brought them in out of that field. Look at the state of that. I mean, oh, do you know what? They should have come in last week, but it's just easier with them out. It's less work because now we've got to bed them down and everything more. So what we're doing, this is a bit of a mixture in here. I'm going to have another sort out on Monday. This is youngish heifers. These are a couple of bullers here, so these are ready for AI, but they probably want moving into a bigger shed, because really what you're better off doing, you're better off batching your animals together. Ooh, what we got here? Plane flying over or something. Oh my god, what is that? Whoa, that's a big beast, isn't it? Wasn't expecting that. Crikey. See what John thinks of that. He's in the military, or involved with the military. Yeah, so what I was saying is you're better off batching your animals into sizes. That's what we do. So we're very lucky. We've got a shed over there for dry cows. This is younger heifer. The really young heifers along the track. These are sort of in between. They're not ready for bulling yet. They're sort of just being reared up, really, if you like. We're sort of up to sort of maybe 12 months, maybe a little bit older. Actually, you can probably take them to 18 months in this yard. and then sort of 18 months in the heifer shed up there. So but at the moment they're still a little bit mixed up, because we basically, by the time we brought the heifers in from along that track, we didn't have time to sort all this out. So all we did was move the dry cows out, because while they're out in the field it doesn't matter, because they, you know, they've got plenty of space. If you mix the age groups, it's not so bad. But you don't really want to mix the age groups in here, because the bigger ones will push the younger ones out of the way of the food. And also, if you've got bulling heifers, they'll ride around. They might ride on the back of the young heifers, and you can have a broken leg or something because of the weight of the older animal on the younger one. You know, so you've got to be a bit careful. So these are the younger middle heifers, but they're not at the moment. If you know what I mean, they're going to be sorted out. Let's go and have a look at the dry cow shed. Now, the dry cow shed, built in 2010 by my father and me and my brother. Well, can't claim we actually, not wasting that. Can't claim we built it. It was built by someone else, and it was, I think it was 40 grand to build at the time, including the concrete and the water troughs and everything like that. Well, I think you probably double that cost now. I mean, we did it really well. We galvanised everything, galvanised uprights. It's a lovely shed because it's got the ventilation right with the Yorkshire boarding and everything. So look, these are our dry cows. So for winter time, obviously they'll calve down in here, or if we see them think we're going to calve, we'll move them into a loose box, but beforehand. But if they calve down in here, it's not too bad. Nice lot of straw, and you can see they're on hay. We're saving the silage bales for the cows, because I think possibly what's going to happen is we're going to run out of maize, and if we don't feed something else, we'll run out of silage as well. So normally the round bales are really meant for the dry cows and heifers, but I'm trying to kind of keeping the silage bale round bales for the cows now. I think by February we'll be feeding them silage round bale. This shed, I've got videos of this shed being built, which I've never put on YouTube, and I have edited them, and I'm hoping to put them up in about December if I get round to it. They're 11 years old, and 12 years old actually. And my dad's still alive in the pictures, and Jack is like a little kid, little baby. But I'm going to put those out on YouTube probably December time, because they are quite interesting. I just never got round to editing them. They just sat on the computer, so I finally got round to doing it. I just need to pull myself together and get them properly put out. So yeah, so let's just leave these to it. They look quite content, don't they? Look, I mean, you know, this time of year when you bring them in as well, it's all still clean and everything. Look, not much muck in there. We give that another couple of months, the muck will be built up. Has John gone? Just put that back there. I think John's skedaddled. I might have missed him. Oh no, I can still see a white suit down there. Let's go and see the man in the white suit a minute. Oh, you can see why I have to bring him in. Look, it's no good having animals tramping through this. They've already churned that up quite badly. You know, they're making a mess of this. The lower field's not too bad, but this is pretty bad. It will recover. I might chuck a bit of grass seed over that in spring, but this will, as soon as you get out past the track they walk through, you see they're just walking straight to that gateway down to the lower fields. As soon as you get off that, the ground's pretty firm actually, surprisingly, all the rain we've had. But and past the fruit trees we planted, there we go. We planted those back in the spring last year. Let's go and see how John's doing. Oh, I'm just passing the mistletoe, look, nearly Christmas. Let's see what he's doing. God, the sun's bright, isn't it? Johnny boy, you got bees all over your back.
Yeah, I don't do that, I don't know why.
God, look at you. I'm filming you, by the way.
Okay.
Oh my life, you're like the bee man, look. Oh, is that a special aftershave you got?
That's the one.
Cool, what are you doing then?
Try to put this bloody thing on.
What exactly is that though?
It's mouse guard.
Mouse guard? Oh, that little bit of tin?
Yeah.
Is it?
Trick.
That's a mouse guard. Do you have a lot of problems with mice?
You can do if you're not careful.
Well, they'll go in there and eat the comb, will they?
Yeah, everything.
Wow. What, and the bees?
Well, Probably not the bees, but they'll go for the honey, the comb.
They're not frightened of being stung then?
No, not at all.
It's not going well. It's probably wearing those gloves, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fiddly little things. He's just trying to get this in.
Blimey.
Hold it there.
Go on.
Go on.
You can do it. Is that the last one?
Last one.
Oh, come on, my son. Get it in there. Go on. Oh, what's happened? Has it slipped off?
It's alright.
It doesn't help that I'm filming you, does it? It's
no pressure.
No pressure, but there's 10,000 people around the world who are watching you now. All willing you on. Come on, John. Is it stripped the thread?
That's it, done.
Hey, done. Well done, mate.
Oh.
And happy birthday for the other week.
Oh, mate, it was good night. You missed it.
28, I know. I was in Wales. Did you hear?
Yeah.
It was a bit unfortunate, but I wanted to be there. I saw the pictures. Looked like you had a blast.
Oh, it was a real surprise.
Was it? Hang on a minute. You're clean shaven, aren't you?
Yeah.
Have you shaved off you had a bit of facial hair and you last time I saw you? It's all gone. What's happened?
Well, you know, it makes me look old.
Is he trying to look young, but now you're 50, you want to try and look young?
That's exactly it. Oh, you saw through it straight away.
Oh, well done, mate. You're doing a cracking job here. All right.
Oh,
that's the old combs there then, is it?
Yeah, these are the ones I'm just going to take away.
What are you going to do with those then?
Just strip them off.
Well, reuse the wax?
Yeah, render the wax down.
Wow.
Just leave the bees now alone now till they're all fed.
Oh, well done. All right, well, I'll leave you to it, John. Thank you.
That's it, finished.
There you are. Good. I was just having a long chat with John. Good to see John. I haven't seen him for a while. We are talking about the honey for next year. The cows are being milked there. We're talking about the honey for next year. Next spring, probably May time, we're going to be getting the obviously rape honey in. We didn't get any last year because John messed up, newbie that he is. He left it in the combs too long and it went solid and we couldn't get it out. Anyway, we're not going to mess up next year. We'll get that right. Right, so we're into the heifer shed. You saw in that little video clip earlier of them coming in. Here we are, let's have a look. All right, girls, how are we doing? So, a bit different from the dry cow shed. You see, we still haven't sorted out the ventilation on that. We really need to get that tin off. There just never seems to be enough time. We need to get those Yorkshire boarding put in at least maybe the middle section there. I'm just frustrated with time. Always time. There's never enough time. So these are in here. These are the bulling and Jew heifers. So they're a good size. A little bit crowded in here. I don't know whether we'll run a few down the dry cow shed on Monday. So they're having hay as well, plenty of bedding in there. Putting the hay in, little bales. I don't mind little bales. People worry about little bales. They know it's a lot of work, but they work well for us because we just chuck 3 over there in the mornings, kick them about, dead easy. A lot harder carrying big flaps of straw around. Works well. What works for you is the main thing. Don't worry about what anyone else says. Right. So we are now looking at a lot more work for feeding and bedding down now, but feeding wise we shouldn't use that much more, but although they're ad lib rather than just being taken to in the field once a day, we were already feeding them, so we shouldn't go up that much. A little bit of an update on my heart scan. So as you well know, I've been waiting for a scan to tell me how my heart is since my heart failure. I got a phone call from my GP the other day saying because they were chasing up the hospital to find out how things were going, why I hadn't heard anything. Turns out they hadn't booked me in. So when I was referred by the consultant back in August, no one bothered booking me in. So I didn't exist on their booking form. So now I've been booked in, but God knows when I'm going to be going in to have the scan. There is a possibility I'll get a cancellation, but I just don't know. So in the meantime, I'm cracking on. Do you know what though? I feel absolutely fine. I'm, you know, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong November. I'm back on it. I feel, compared with when I was in hospital, I'm just like a different man really. Anyway, good job too really. Imagine if I'd had that heart problem in the middle of winter and all these animals are here. I was very lucky with my timing. It was kind of like a quiet time on the farm and my brother could cope on his own, but this time of year with all the mouths to feed, literally, let's get back out of here. I wouldn't want to be ill then. you just don't realise how much you need your help, especially when you're running a business like this. If I get down to the heart clinic and everything, I might do a little bit of video of the look at that golden shower. I might do a video when I'm having my scan if they'll let me. That'd be interesting, only if it's okay. And I'll talk to you a little bit more about how things panned out, how I feel about it all. But yeah, so these are on maize now. Amazing grace, how something or other. Look at that. Got a dirty lens again. Oh, this camera, I think this, I don't know. I've got another camera on the go now coming, because I think I've destroyed this one by dropping it. If you saw my bloopers video, you'll know what I mean. Let's just rub this a minute. Is that any better? That's a bit better, isn't it, I think? There we go. There's something fascinating about watching a cow eat, I always think. Look at them. Look at that. You beauty. You're having a good old munch around. You like this stuff, don't you? Hmm? Looking alright, aren't they? Right, and I'm back on. I've got cold ears now. Right, I'm cracking on. I'll see you guys soon.